Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, it's Friday night. We are back on the couch and it is time for another weekly movie review. So, was able to check out a flick that I didn't really want to see in the theaters by any means, but I did think it was worth spending, a dollar on from Redbox, and I guess I got a dollar's worth of enjoyment out of it. Definitely wasn't much. Was very expected and pretty much played to a T how I thought it was going to. But it was decently enjoyable. So speaking of Parker, which is the newest in the very basic, very cookie cutter, typical Jason Statham movies. It also stars Jennifer Lopez, who's a lot skinnier in this than I've ever seen her, and I didn't like it. Her best feature's always been her ass, and it's like half the size. I don't know what happened there. Also stars one of my favorite underrated actors, that of Michael Chiklis, who never gets the props he deserves. He was a beast as Vic Mackey on The Shield. Always be one of my favorite characters. Also has kind of an extended cameo from Nick Nolte, as well as roles by Wendell Pierce, who you would know as Bunk from The Wire, Clifton Collins Jr., who's in everything, and Bobby Cannavale, who also was in Boardwalk Empire. So pretty solid bit characters for a lot of the other parts. But overall, I just felt that they weren't given a whole lot to work with. It's a very basic revenge story. Jason Statham plays Parker, who is the head of this new crew that he's just working with for the first time. And he has a very specific code of ethics that people who don't deserve to be hurt won't be. People who can't afford to be stolen from won't be. So, the typical robber with morals makes it so that we want to like him, obviously. But, of course, working with a new crew, things are always going to go wrong. Why wouldn't they? And he's set up and left for dead. So, once he somehow survives and is nursed back to health-ish, he decides that he's out for revenge. And before he was left for dead, the rest of the crew gave a couple pivotal pieces of information about where their next job was going to be. So he's able to piece it together and finds out it's going to be in Florida. And decides that he's going to find a residence in Florida so he can scout it out and steal from these guys who are trying to steal them themselves. This is where his path crosses with Jennifer Lopez, who plays a down on her luck, out of money, trying to live at least somewhat of the life she portrays, selling these multi-million-dollar homes every day. And pretty quickly finds out that Jason Statham isn't who he claims to be. And they strike up somewhat of a partnership, an alliance, if you will, to where they will help each other out. And really, that's kind of the setup of the movie. Then the rest of it really breaks down to stalking, Jason Statham stalking his old crew, trying to find out where the job's going to be, what time the job's going to be, how the job's going to go down, where he can come in and screw the job up and get his revenge. And that's kind of the path that it takes. Now, honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. It really was very basic Jason Statham. There's some good action. There's some good violence. There's some, clever one-liner quips. But you're not getting much. And you expect that from a Jason Statham movie. You expect that at the end of the day, you're getting a standard 3-star movie. So yeah, it's fun to kill a few hours. Yeah, it's worth $1. But you ain't getting much more than that. Personally, I wouldn't buy it. Personally, I wouldn't watch it again. even if it was on TV, on FX in a couple years. Unless there was nothing else on, and it was that or infomercials, I'd probably watch it. But I didn't dislike it. It is some brutal violence, some brutal revenge, and the planning of the heists themselves are pretty cool. That's something that's always been interesting to me, so I enjoy that aspect of it. So if you like heists, if you like, you know, action, gunplay, violence, fighting, all kinds of stuff, you liked it for that reason. But you're not getting much out of it. So realize that, accept that, and be okay with it. It was really violent. It was a lot more violent than I was expecting. I guess because I just always assumed that every Jason Statham movie is just going to be a standard 3-star movie. I'm sorry, a standard PG-13 movie, like a Transporter. I forget that he also did Crank, and Crank 2, and some other pretty violent movies. I guess in my mind, most of the movies I remember are the first one with Jet Li, where that was PG-13, the 3, you know, Transporters, the Italian Job. Everything I see him in is a PG-13 movie mentally. I forget about the Expendables 1 and 2 and all those other ones. So it is a lot more violent than I had expected it was going to be. But definitely earns its R rating, you could say. One thing that I thought was kind of silly was in the previews, they really play up him in all these disguises and him playing all these different parts. And that wasn't the case at all. Like in the previews, they really make it out like, oh, what's Parker going to show up as this time? I mean, wasn't like that at all. Good marketing, I guess. But at the end of the day, it was a decent 3-star movie. Can't quite give it 3.5 stars because 3.5-star movies I usually want to watch again. Don't really have much desire to ever see this again. But if you want to kill some time, you got $1 to spare, and it's at Redbox. It's mindless entertainment, I guess you could say. So if that's all you're looking for, check it out. If you want something more than that with more substance, give this a pass. So there you have it, my newest, most recent weekly movie review, Friday night on the couch. Yours truly, Matthew Maley, for MatthewMaley.com. This week, reviewing the movie Parker with Jason Statham. That's my boy Nino. Yo, Dunny, let me call you back in like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Alright, I'm on my way up there anyway. Alright, I'll call you back 2 seconds. What up? What? Nah, I don't. I might have a little something though. I'll see you in a minute though. Alright, peace. Sorry, y'all. My boy Nino. Heading up to the club right now. But again, there you have it. So sorry for the interruption. But once again, Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com, weekly movie review. And there you have it. As always, thank you guys for all the support. You can check out all my videos on MatthewMaley.com. Check out the video blog tab. You can also check me out on YouTube. Search for Matthew Maley Poker or MatthewMaley.com. You can check me out on Facebook. Again, search for Matthew Maley Poker. Like the page, subject it to your friends. Leave me a comment, all that. Follow me on Twitter at Matthew Maley. And finally, like me on Instagram at Matthew Maley Poker. So until the next video, I'm officially signing off. Peace out, y'all.